going on, traders? How we doing? Hopefully you like that new little, hey, I'm here. 10 seconds. I'm going live. Don't let people who gave up on their dreams talk you out of theirs. Not too bad of a saying. I like that. So how we all doing? As we can see, SERV decided to kind of just keep going yesterday. So glad we didn't try to fight that just like the old MTSI days, because that would have hurt quite a bit. What else? I had something else for you guys, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was actually on my side. The wife's trying to get the kids out of the house to take them for a walk, so hopefully within the next 3 minutes we'll have that. Got to load up my chat. That was the one thing I forgot this morning. You can hear Mr. Tap Dancer walking around. I may have missed some messages. Let's see here. Refresh. Oh, just Constantine saying hi. What's up, Constantine? Good morning. All right, so it don't look like I missed too much there. So, somebody found the gift card yesterday. Yay! Congrats to whoever found it. They didn't leave a comment or anything. I was kind of annoyed by that, not going to lie. Would have been nice to just be like, hey, I found it. Thank you. Kind of thing. But, yeah. Is what it is, I guess. Would have been nice. Maybe in the future. But, yeah. So, I think I explained it yesterday. But as we're sitting here, we got 2 minutes. Wasn't I? Yeah. I figured you would have said it. It was pretty funny. I literally waited till the last second to put it in there just to see who would actually watch that far into the video. And I knew it was very clear that it was in there. So all you had to do was make it to the end, and you were rewarded. It's not always going to be the case, but I figured for this one, it was just seemed like the cool place to put it. But yeah, we're just going to be playing off the scanners today. And we'll see what they give us. Don't really have too much. I think CLDX was the one kind of going crazy this morning from yesterday as well. What do we got in the gap? CTIB, a lot of low floaters, 2 mil, 1 mil, HTZs gapping up again apparently. I don't quite understand what the heck's going on there, but we'll let that thing be. Next thing you know, they won't be going bankrupt and it'll shoot up to like 20 bucks. So, yeah, I don't really see anything on the gap scanner. We'll just let the scanners do the work for us. Marketing, good morning. Good luck as well. Do you want to take this cheese? Or? We got about 30 seconds here to the bell. Good luck to everybody. Stay safe. It is Friday. Let's close the week off strong. Probably still going to have a bunch on SSR too, just because of yesterday. So we'll have to keep that in mind. It's not something that will deter us from making any kind of trades, but just have to keep that in mind when we're trying to get into a trade when it happens. All right, here comes the bell. Good luck, everybody. Oh, geez, I can't type. Definitely a lot on SSR. Pretty much every stock I'm pulling up. TUP already halted to the upside. Watching TGI. PVH not really doing what we want. That thing kind of just died after it made its move. TGI, we were looking for this thing to go up through 1050. Why is he crying? This is our last work day with the kids. So it'll be interesting come Monday. That will actually, both kids will be at daycare and we'll both be able to work in peace. Yeah, Kim, supposedly. Good morning, by the way. Nothing thus far. The CERC keeps popping up on the scanner, but the range on it is kind of crap. Need much more of a move. TGI obviously did not do what we wanted. Was hoping with a little bit of a gap up from the SPY that we were going to get some more action here at the bell. ATVI making a pretty big move here. Off the bottom though. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Is my mic low? Seems that it's in the same volume as usual. I might be just talking a little bit lower. I am a little tired this morning. Say I didn't change anything from before. I think I'm just talking a little bit lower. Let me let's see. Test. That could be, that's probably a little better. GNUS actually looks pretty nice on the chart if we get a 450 pop, but we don't have any shares. Actually, I totally forgot today's Friday. We should have shares on Interactive Brokers now. Well, we might not have shares, but we have trades available. Starting to look good. It's getting ready to try to halt 473. Man, that'd be nice right there. Let's see. Come on. I'm assuming we don't because I feel like Brian would have said he's in. No, well, it's a very small amount of shares. I think that's probably why. What do we got here? Or actually, I guess I should make sure I actually have trades available. Yeah, I do. May have already missed it though. Son of a crapper. Still trying. I don't know if I like it now though, because it already started pulling back here. Already gave back half of that move we would have been looking for. Right here to 450. Yeah, there it is. Look, pretty much gave that entire move back that quick. That's what we would have been looking for. All right, well, that was my fault for not having IB up. Probably would have been in that one because it was looking to halt. That would have been the perfect time to jump in there. Nice extension. I'm surprised Brian didn't get that. To see why, I'll have to ask him later. All right, moving on. See, Monday, I'll have everything ready. Won't be so focused on the kids all morning, building Hot Wheels and stuff like that. I do like this chart. YUMC may have already, spread's a little crappy. Volume is pretty light too. Avery called IZEA. What about it? Looks to just kind of be in a chopping range here. What specs would you recommend on a PC for trading at the opening bell? I'm pretty sure most of trading platforms are based off of your processor. I don't think a lot of them are based off of your GPU. But, I mean, those are usually the two core components that you have to worry about for anything, whether it be video editing or gaming. And just in general, like those are the two. You have to have a pretty good processor and a pretty good graphics card. So, I mean, as far as the specs go, the thing I always recommend to people when they're looking for a computer, to build a computer or whatever, is find a computer that's pre-built with last year's top of the line stuff. You basically get top of the line stuff for a big discount, because when the new stuff comes out, nobody wants last year's new stuff. So all those computers that were pre-built using that stuff end up being discounted pretty good, to the point where it just makes no sense to build it yourself. I like building them myself, not more so because of the savings, because honestly, you can find pre-built computers for cheaper than if you were to build them yourselves at the current moment. So I just build them because I enjoy building them. And I only do it like once every 5 years, so. RCL making a move here. Haven't even had to use my bottom chart. There's really not much to keep on watch. Seeing what RCL wants to do here. Keep in mind this is SSR. I'd love another candle like this one. 2-point candle. 62. Throw an order out there, up there through 62, just in case he wants to get up there. It's on SSR anyway, so we'd have to get filled on the ask. Yeah, Shin, that's the other thing. I would definitely wait until things calm down. It's a little unfortunate, but it's kind of where we are right now with COVID. The virus, whatever I'm allowed to say on here. See if we can get this to shoot up through 62 here. Love it. All on this one push right here. This is what we want. Let's go through 62. No, don't reject 62. Go through. There we go. Trying again. Let's get through. Give us the pop up to there. Let's move it up to 40. Oh. I'm still there at 35. It's just the order's not showing. I wanted to raise it a little up there to like 42. Just felt like if we got that pop I was looking for, we were definitely going to get up there. And that's what we missed. Okay, so 62 was the magic number, not 62.50. We were looking for another candle like this one. We would have been happy with getting in there, but go ahead and cancel it now. Let's keep moving. I really like that move. Had a nice previous resistance area, 61. I was just looking for that 62 pop, which actually I just noticed that scaled. So technically we would have had to use some smaller share size because it was 50-cent scale and now it's $1. It's interesting how that works. Actually, let's keep an eye on this. See if it wants to give us another pop. We'll move our order up now. To adjust our share size accordingly. Shin, sorry. Yeah, I don't have any place. I've never bought a pre-built computer. To be honest, a good place to look to start would be Amazon Warehouse. They usually have some pretty good deals. Gonna cancel RCL. It's not doing what we wanted there. AZUL. Yeah, that would be a good place to start. But like I said, you might be better off waiting a little bit until the prices start to come back down a little bit, because everybody is kind of price gouging at the moment. Man, fake out there through that resistance area. Big fake out too. LK actually looks pretty cool. This thing has a bunch of volume. I don't know if we have, let's see if we got shares on IB. We do not. No point in looking at it. We just checked this one. Yeah. Oh, what did RCL end up doing? Yeah. Really wanted that pop through 62. We didn't quite get it. It tried. Got the 62.10. We were looking for like a good squeeze through though. You guys know me. I like to see a nice extension through that previous resistance, and this was coming off the bottom too. This is actually exactly what we played yesterday on SERV, if you guys remember. It made the move through, but off of the low a day. See that? And then that's exactly, it just started grinding the rest of the day on us. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen again. I just remember that yesterday it was off the bottom as well. What did GNUS end up doing? Man, look at that. That would have kind of sucked because on IB we can't scale out of our trades just because of the PDT rule. So we wouldn't have caught most of this. Probably would have been out somewhere in this 430, 450 area. So that would have sucked to see it go lower, but at the same time, it would have been a nice winner there. I do hate to say it, but I feel like RCL, we probably would have traded this thing if it wasn't on SSR. I don't know that for sure, but just knowing I wouldn't have had issues getting into the thing on trying to hit the bid if it were to continue, like for ads and whatnot. That's the only problem with SSR is you have to not only kind of feel the top, but then when you try to feel the top, you have to then hit it and hope somebody still wants to try to make it go higher so that you can get into the trade. Yeah, car as well. It's kind of the same thing. Didn't really get that extension we would have been looking for. Would have been looking through 27. Yeah, I'm not letting SSR keep me out of trades, but I still need the extension. We learned that lesson again yesterday, right? We didn't follow our rules yesterday on SERV twice. We actually broke the rules on even entering the trade. And then after we were in the trade, we broke the rules again, not cutting where we should have. And we ended up making our loss 5 times bigger than it should have been. So definitely, improving, right? We took yesterday. We hit our max loss, but we have that max loss there for a reason, right? So that we can live to trade another day. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we learn from it, and we just don't let it happen again. That's all we can do. There's no reason to sit here and think about it over and over. It's like if you're playing baseball, you strike out, and you get up to bat again, and all you can think about is the last time you struck out, right? It's not going to do you any good. And you could use that for any sport. Football, you throw a really bad pass as a quarterback. The next play, you can't be thinking about that, right? You just gotta tune it out, get rid of it, learn from it, tune it out. TOUR here, penny stock with an interesting spread. 4-cent spread on a $1 stock. I'm sure people are lining up to trade this thing. Oh, no. I know you're not, Thomas. I'm just saying I was more so talking about myself. I don't see myself playing this one unless it really wants to like run up towards like 120 all at once, but volume pretty much died. Look at that. 400,000 in volume, and then it's just not trading. Okay. Everything's like right there. What is the SPY doing? Yeah, it's kind of doing the same thing, trying to work its way up, but it can't quite get there. So for anybody that is here, don't forget we got the Friday night live stream tonight. If you are a high-level support member, by hitting the join button, we are going to do our first Saturday night stream this Saturday. So I'm not exactly sure on the time. It's probably going to be 9 o'clock, just like the Friday night live stream. So if you are a member, that is something that we're doing kind of extra just for you showing support for the channel. I would like to give back as much as I can as well. So 2 Saturdays every month, I'm going to be jumping on, and we're going to just be talking strategy, whether it's my strategy, your strategy, whatever it is. We're just going to be diving deep into the strategies and trying to do what we can to optimize them and make them better as we move forward. And I can tell you right off the bat that one of the main things we're going to be looking for is risk management and consistency. Those are the 2 things that you need to implement into any strategy that you are willing to use. EMAN trying to halt up here. Not much room there to halt. Play it coming off the other scanner here to the downside, the minus I3 scan. I'm starting to just look that way just out of curiosity. Actually has a pretty decent support level. What did I hit there? I must not have been on the chart. Got a pretty decent support level right here, 1550. It's a pretty big dip. This is right out off the scanners, but I also saw it in the chat room. The Aussie market about to shit itself. Why is that? Would have loved that push. One more little push down there to 1550. Might have been playing this one. I'm assuming that EMAN is halted. Yeah, it's still up on the scanner. Say it couldn't go any higher. Nice little bounce here on PLAY. Real nice bounce. I saw that one a little late, but even when I pulled it up, it still would have been a pretty good one. But I immediately zoomed out and saw that support level. I was like, ooh, give us that little bit more. But I guess I could have risked off that instead of waiting for it to try to get down there and test it. And look at that bounce. I'm talking about a little rubber band effect. Beautiful. ATHX, nothing there. Oh, recession incoming. Yeah. There's definitely talks, that's for sure. So many that I guess we had to have shares there. I don't even remember seeing this one. Not too sure I would have played it. Bum bum ba-dum. It's so hot in here. She keeps turning the air up. It's kind of annoying. I'm a hot body, so it kind of sucks when she does that. Oops. Still just watching. Haven't found anything quite yet. What did RCL end up doing? Yeah. Did get back down there. It actually went all the way through. Tried to get back towards the lows. UNFI. Is HTZ really trying to move back up again? I don't understand this. I mean, everyone's like, oh, guys, it's going to zero. Stop buying it. People just keep buying it. TOUR actually trying to make that move we were talking about. Kind of interesting. Kind of hard to make money on this one, though. Volume's kind of weird as well. It is easy to borrow. It's not on SSR. It is a plus. Just wanted to like shoot up to 120. Probably be getting in this thing. Still be playing for pennies. I don't even, I guess. You know, how many shares would I take here? It's 3. Be too many. Thomas, the UK strap button is, it's a fake out breakout is basically what it is. I'll give you an example here in a sec. I'm not going to play this. I just, I don't like the volume on it, to be completely honest. So let's pull up DTSS. I just happen to have that chart on the bottom. This actually isn't a very good example. Let me see. Okay, this will kind of give you an idea. So say we get this big drop on play, and then we kind of consolidate here, and then we have another candle that comes down and tries to go lower, say to like 1560, but then gets bought back up into this previous support of 1580 and gets back into the range up here. That would be a trigger to get into a trade, aka the UK strat. This is to short it, but obviously you can do it to the long side as well. But I only have it set up for a short. But basically, you're looking for a move through either the highs or the lows, and then you want to see it fake out. Basically, in this case, you want to see it get bought up back into that 1580 area. That would be your entry, and then you'd look to ride it back up. And it's something I've been paying attention to for the last couple of weeks with David, and it works quite often. So I had kind of added the button just in case I see it happen. I mean, granted, it actually happened right here. We had a previous resistance at 1720. This poked through to 1725, faked out, came back down into this area, and then never looked back. Obviously, I'm not going to say obviously, but you're actually looking for a little bit more of a push than a fake out, because when it just kind of pokes through like that, it's not really, it is a fake out breakout, but at the same time, it's not as defining. But if this would have popped up to like 1735, 1740, and then came back down into the range, it would look a lot more prominent. And then when you get in, you have a little bit of room to risk off of. Because if you just jump in at 1719 per se, and you're only risking 1725, it's not much room to give it, if that makes sense. Is that MNLO? Any stats available for this new strategy? Yeah, of course. While we're sitting here waiting for something to happen. We usually go over this on Friday nights too, but let me get rid of the one entry. I was checking some stuff out based off of single entries. So since we started May 8th, it'll pop up here in a sec. basically 94% win rate, and our profit factor is right under 4 after that big loss yesterday. So, and that's off of, I think it's, I forget how many trades, 33 trades. So I think we have 2 losers out of 33 trades. So that should give you that math. Now keep in mind too, when we first started, our share size was way smaller, and that's why this line you see here is like moving very slowly, and now you can see that it's starting to move a little bit differently just based off of the fact that we're trading a little bit bigger size. E-man halted to the upside, or wait. What? My montage says trading is paused, but it's moving. The chart's moving. What the heck? See if it does it. If I do it up here. Look at this. My montage says trading paused right there. Like it's halted. But it's clearly not. It's predicting the future. Ibuprofen needs to kick in. I was up at 2:30 this morning. Shit just won't go away. It's so annoying. Oh, you're talking about the UK strat? Honestly, I don't have any stats for that. So sorry if that's what you're asking, Constantine. I haven't taken one of those trades yet. I've just been kind of watching them. What advice would you give to a complete nub, like a starting point? I would go to YouTube/Google and I would type in, it depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to day trade? You're trying to swing trade? Trying to invest? I would literally type into Google how to day trade, how to swing trade, how to invest, whatever it is that you're looking to do, and just watch 10 plus videos on that one question until you start to see it. And make sure you watch different people, because then you'll start to see what is similar. And usually what's similar, excuse me, between a bunch of different people is the truth. And sometimes some of these guys will be trying to sell you stuff, and you got to try to stay away from them, but it doesn't mean they're still not giving you good information to try to kind of lure you in. But you do not need courses. You don't need any of that stuff. It's all out there for free. You just got to put in the due diligence. You got to put in the time and the hard work. You actually have to want to do this. That's the key. You got to want to do this. It's going to be hard. Trust me, it's hard. So the quicker you can realize it's not just a get rich quick thing, the better off you'll be. But I would definitely, that's my advice. Just start there, because inside those 10 plus videos that you watch, you will start to hear terms. You'll hear VWAP. You'll hear high of day, low of day. You'll hear support and resistance. You'll hear EMAs. Like, you'll hear those things and you'll say, okay, what is that? Guess what? Go to Google. Type in, what is VWAP? What is support and resistance in day trading? What is support and resistance in swing trading? Daily time frame. How do I read the daily time frame? Like, that's the best way to learn, is to literally just keep searching. Just keep searching. You're going to find the information. It's out there. Whether you want to watch videos, you want to read articles, it's out there. But don't just find one person. I highly recommend watching a bunch of different people and look for the similarities between all of them, because that is where the truth lies. You'll start to see similarities between everybody, and those will give you a great core foundation. But the two things that I can tell you are consistency and risk management. Hammer those two into your head. I preach those like no other. Risk management and consistency. Those are the two. Find a strategy that works, that's profitable, that's consistent, and then risk management on top of that, and you're golden. If you can't go belly up, or if you can't blow up, or however you want to say it, you're going to have the time to learn, and you're going to figure it out until you finally do figure it out. But Thomas says, I would go to volatility trading and start with this first vid and watch, etc. If you go back and watch my first video, the one where I trade ZKIN, and it's funny because I pulled ZKIN up today, just out of curiosity. I saw it on the scanner, and it reminded me that was my first video ever. Watch that video, and then go watch like yesterday's video or the day before's video, and just look, since I started the YouTube channel, how much I've changed, just because I've stuck with it. I have a passion for this. I want to succeed at it. When you have those things, you're going to figure it out, right? I didn't pay for any courses. I didn't join any chat rooms. I didn't do any of that stuff. I just put in the due diligence. Like, that's all you have to do. You just have to want it, right? That's it. Zeus, yes, I'm going to do the class at 9 p.m. Eastern. What time is it for you right now? I'm actually curious, because while there's not a ton of people, and that's the other thing too, Mick Awesome, if you go to the YouTube channel, if you want to, for $10 a month, I'm not trying to sell you, I'm just saying this is an option, where I'm going to do 2 Saturdays every month where we live stream, and we're going to go through strategy. I'm just going to dive deep into whether it's my strategy, a strategy that you have and you want to talk about, try to figure out how to make it better, just how to make it, excel a little bit more. We will be doing that. So 2 Saturdays every month. And yes, so you're in California, so that would be 6 p.m. for you. I mean, does that work? Because while we still only have a couple people in there, I can actually kind of work with them just to make sure that the time frame's okay. But when we get into the future, we have more than just a couple of people. We'll probably just do a set time that kind of works for everybody. which to me I would think is about, on a Saturday, I would think 9 p.m. Eastern is pretty good. Which it still should be now, but. All right, cool. So yeah, we'll do 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So 9 p.m. Eastern Saturday. We're still doing the Friday night live stream, but that's more of a lax, like, get your last little dose of the stock market, kind of hang out and chill, talk about what happened throughout the week, what we're looking to do for next week and stuff like that. But these 2 Saturdays a month will definitely be hammering into some just deep talk and strategy. Is that cheese? You can have it. That Daddy was going to eat it, but you can have it. No? Okay. How was your walk? Fine. Say, Daddy needs to turn the air back on. I'm literally sweating. What's the weather like?
When the breeze goes, it's nice. I mean, it's not bad out.
Is it cooler outside than inside?
No.
It started getting hot in here.
Did you tell Daddy what we saw?
What'd you see? You saw a snake? A what snake?
Black snake.
A black snake? Where was it?
It was on the drain, right?
Whoa. You didn't get too close, did you? No.
So we stopped and looked at it, and he opened his mouth, so we kept walking.
Say, Mommy probably didn't want to stay very close anyway.
Well, I passed someone walking, and she warned me about it. So
Was it alive?
yeah, I mean,
Oh, well, you said it opened its mouth. So. He is alive. Well, yeah, McAwesome. Like I said, if you go to my YouTube page, you'll see my intro video for people that aren't subscribed. That's pretty much what I base my channel on. If you go back, I'm literally the only channel on YouTube. If you guys, I keep telling you guys to find me another channel that's like mine so that I can follow that person. But I'm the only person that shows you exactly what I do every single day. There's absolutely not a single day that I don't tell you or post or show you exactly what I've done that day. I've never hidden a single thing. And I wanted to be that channel that was not there when I started trading. That was the whole point of me. Well, not the whole point, but it was part of the point of me starting my channel, is to give back to people. Hopefully I become successful at trading and I can give back in a way that I wish these gurus would have been giving back to someone that was new when I was new. But instead, all you saw on YouTube was you had to dodge through all these gurus trying to sell you courses and chat rooms and stuff like that. And I managed to get through that, but at the same time, you know, there was nothing there. There was nothing truthful and completely transparent like the channel you're on right now. No problem. Marketing for you, it's 4 a.m. But yeah, and that's the thing too. If you have questions and you know that you can't make a stream, send me like a request and I can talk about that within the stream so that when you go to watch it back, there'll be a segment just for you, if that makes sense. So if you guys do sign up for the high level support, and that's exactly what it is, you guys are supporting the channel. And that was just my way of saying thank you and giving back as much as I can in a more direct way. So that's why I put that option out there. There are lower options available too if you just want to support and you're not worried about talking about strategy. But that's just a cool way to help out the channel if you want to. Because I do, like I said, I do this for free. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I have affiliation with ISW, CMEG, and TraderSync. I have those affiliations, but the main reason I even got those affiliations was for you guys. Sure, I do get a little kickback. There are just tiny kickbacks, and I tell you guys that all the time, but that's not why I went out of my way to get them. I went out of my way to get them because when I first started trading, I was paying $4.95 a trade at SureTrader because there was no such thing as these affiliation links and cheaper discounted trades and stuff like that. So when I found out that I could get cheaper trades by being an affiliate, I was like, yeah. And it's a win-win, right? You get cheaper commissions and I get a little kickback for the channel, right? It's It's a win-win. So anybody that hates on affiliations, I don't quite get it. I can understand like if you're pushing the affiliations like nonstop, like pushing it down people's throats, trying to get them to sign up just so that you can get the commissions from it. But that's not me. You guys know that by now. And if you're new, you'll learn to see that that's not the case. I went out of my way to get those so that I could help you guys out. I don't want you to sign up at CMEG and pay $3.95. I want you to sign up at CMEG and pay $2.95. I don't want you to sign up at ISW and pay full price when you can get up to 30% off, period, right? Same with TraderSync. You get a discount there as well. So it makes no sense. And you don't have to use any of these things if you don't want to, but they're there just in case, right? That's the whole point behind them. Can I help you? I'm not done working. Yes, I can. But you got to let me finish working. Speaking of that, Shin, thank you very much. That a boy. Appreciate the support. Again, you guys, when I start talking like that, you can tell that I get pretty passionate. It's because it's the truth. When I start really spitting the truth at you guys, I start to get a little passionate. I'm sure you could kind of feel that as I was talking. Kind of bummed we didn't get any trades today. I was really eager, and that's the thing too. I was really eager to trade because of yesterday, but that's another thing. If I always say I need to add some more to my first two, but really everything falls within risk management and consistency. Where is Camden?
Did you go back outside?
Pretty sure. I never heard him really come back in. You see him? Can you keep an eye on him, please? Well, I need you to be a good big brother and keep an eye on him. Sorry, I can't. I have a. I just can't leave him out there. I didn't know he was out there until I didn't hear him.
Because he follows you. Go inside. Come on, Cam. You either go inside or I'm going to make you go inside. Can you please
All right,
put
Zeus.
that thing away?
Mick Awesome, if you are swing trading or investing, I would say yes from the phone. If you're looking to day trade, not a chance. You can't day trade from your phone. There's too many variables there. And I wouldn't say, people trade from laptops, which is fine. It just has to be a decent laptop. I would say like an older gaming laptop, just anything with a good processor and graphics card. I feel like those are the two main things. Obviously, you're going to need some decent sticks of memory in there too, but just to keep everything running smoothly. But you don't need much to trade, but you can't use your phone. If you're looking to day trade, do not use your phone. Zeus, I'll see you later. I think I just said that, but hopefully I'll see you tonight. If not, I'll see you tomorrow night. Yeah, Constantine just said, I trade with a crappy Dell laptop 13-inch. And that's really all you need. Especially when you're first getting started. That's all you need. Brad, you like that? Did you notice I was still in OCX? My biggest loss of my trading career? Freaking OCX. That one hurt. Yeah, see, Thomas, he trades from a Surface Pro, which is basically a laptop. It's kind of like a laptop tablet. I mean, I have a little bit of overkill, but I'm also a big gamer. I have 5 monitors. My main monitor is a 34-inch. Then I have 4 24-inch monitors in like a big square above that monitor. And then I have obviously a computer, and I also have my TV hooked up to it. I built this computer because it's basically my entertainment system as well, because it runs stuff on my TV. It runs everything on here. I game with it. So I have a little bit of overkill for trading, but just it kind of came easy for me. And I started with 2 monitors. I've always had a 2 monitor setup because I would always game on one and then have like my browser and stuff up on another. But when I got into trading, I was like, oh, it's Black Friday. Let me just add 2 monitors. And then I got the stand. So then I had the 4 24-inch monitors. And then I came across saying, I really hate those bezels being in the middle. So I started looking into like the widescreens. And originally I was going to get a 42-inch, and I did. But it was damaged when I got it. So I took it back. And then I came across this 34-inch. And I don't know how I ever lived without this thing, but that's coming from somebody who does a lot more than just trade. But my trading, like if I go full screen here, you can see this is basically I would say like 60% of my monitor. So just these 2 charts. Actually, I guess I would have to zoom that down a little bit now. Here, give me a sec. I'm looking all the way up at my top monitor there because that's where my OBS is. Oops. Let me fix this a little real quick. Filters. Oops. No, I don't want the overlay. Display. There we go. Bottom. I think it's 20. There we go. Is that right? Why is that so off the screen like that? It's kind of weird. I guess I don't really need the rest of the screen, but it shouldn't be like that. I have to look at that later. But yeah, it's a pretty big screen, but you don't need that. You don't need all that. I bought 2 screens used on Facebook for $150 and use a plastic folding table for a desk. See, that's all you need. Trust me. The most important part is just having something that can run this stuff, and it doesn't take that much to run it. It really doesn't. JT is halted here. Let's check IB, see if we got shares. It says current rates unknown. Oh, there we go. Plenty of shares over there. Maybe we'll look to play this one on IB. So over on IB, we can actually scale into our trades, but we can't scale out of the trades. That's how their PDT rule works. Yeah, Thomas. The thing is, eventually, when I probably end up on Interactive Brokers, like permanently, which in the future, I'll probably be paying for DOS. So I won't have to worry about that. So I was trying to just kind of make it work until then. Steven Dux is making a penny stock scanner. He's selling it for $1,500. What? Is he? What? Is it a custom penny stock scanner? I mean, I don't understand why it would cost $1,500. Or is it literally just a setup for trade ideas? Because I know there's tons of people out there, gurus, that sell you their special scans on trade ideas, and all they are is renamed stock scans. That's what I love about Intensity Stockwatch scanners, is they literally just work. You don't have to have these special scans. You don't have to do anything crazy. They literally just do what they do, and they do it very well. They find you these moves that are overextended and intense, and that's that. Like, there's nothing else to it. You don't have to worry about all the other stuff. They do have there are other scans within Intensity Stockwatch scanners, but that's when you're coming to Intensity Stockwatch scanners, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for these i3 scans that are giving you these amazing moves, because that's what we're looking for. So people hate consistency. You see, I have a 94% win rate the past almost 2 months, and people don't care about that. They would rather go find somebody that is winning and losing $1,000 every day, right? They could be down $10,000, but as long as they're going up and down $10,000 at a time, that's all I care about. 1,000, 2,000, all the way up to 10,000. As long as they're putting up big numbers, whether they win or lose, that's all people care about. They just want the drama. But if somebody's just sitting here consistently making money, on a daily basis, then people don't seem to like that as much. That's why you see other channels that are live streaming at the same time as me that have 500 plus people watching, because they include drama. And that's not what I'm about. I'm here to be successful in trading. That's all I'm worried about. And eventually I will be showing bigger numbers because we'll be scaling up like we're doing now. What are you doing? You can't just keep hitting my arm like that. Watch your feet. You can always have daddy hugs. Especially on your last day home. Well, last work day. So just watching JT here, out of the halt, see what it wants to do. Really not too much else going on. Been keeping some other charts up as well. Not seeing too much. So if we were to trade this one, it's looking like we would use, there we go. That's not what we hit. Oh, it looks like we might have missed it that quick. I would have been looking to hit it there at 150, but we already missed it. Let's see if it goes back up there. Here, sit on this. There you go. So nope, doesn't look like that's gonna work out. Kind of missed that. You can say hi.
Hi.
He was giving me hugs. He was saying hi to everybody. Well, 94% McAwesome is the win rate. And here, can you get down so I can finish up? So I'm going to tell you straight up, 94% is my win rate, but don't let people show you win rates and act like they're something special. I could have a 95% win rate and be a losing trader, right? If that 5% that I'm losing is bigger than my 95% that I'm winning, like if I'm just taking small win after small win with that 95% win rate, and then every time I lose, I'm taking a huge loss that not only gives back all of those winners, but then more, then that's very possible. And I used to be that person because I didn't have very good risk management in place. So always keep that in mind, that you need to not trust anybody until they prove otherwise. That's all I can say. I can show you, hold on one sec. Let me just make sure that we're not missing anything here. So a little unfortunate there on JT. Kind of weren't totally prepared for that. I think I would have been looking for the 150 break anyway. Could have got in and then looked for the 150 break for an ad though. Probably would have been the smart thing to do. But that happened pretty fast. So I don't even know if I would have got it. Let me show you something real quick. I just want to show you how some of these gurus are very deceiving. And this is why I try to get to, this is why I'm trying to build the channel, so that we can get to as many people before they get to the gurus. so they don't suck you in and you become part of their turnover rate. So let me X out of this, because that's just since I started doing my old strategy again. But I want to give you the full picture. What you're about to see is literally my full trading journey. So I started back in August 21st of 2018. So I'm coming up on 2 years of trading. And my very first day, I lost. It was like, I want to say it was $1,300. It was like $1,300, and I had a $5,000 account because I saw one of the gurus and I tried to trade like one of the gurus, and I thought it was easy because he made it look easy. And guess what? That's not how it works. But anyways, all the way up until February 8th, which was right here, this is when I started the YouTube channel. And I always go off of February 8th because everything before this, I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. So the fact that I was going up and down like this and ended up all the way up here, and then the reason I ended up all the way back down here is because I still had no clue what I was doing. And this was the OCX trade. But if you look at all these cliffs that I have, no matter whether it was before I knew what I was doing or even after I thought I knew what I was doing, there was a clear problem in my game, which was risk management. So right here, let's change it to February 8th real quick of 2019. So this is the first day that I started trading with ISW. Since February 8th, I have not taken a single trade that has not been off the ISW scanners. They're just that awesome. That's the other thing. I get passionate about those because they are what they are. They just work. All right, this is lagging a little bit. You can do it. Let's try refreshing. You can do it all night long. He's going to be just like his daddy trading in his underwear. Super fast. CLDX still doing crazy things. Oh, JT's actually trying to go back up. CLDX trying to work out of the halt here. Not my kind of a trade though. We're right in the middle of a range. I don't like being in the middle of a range because obviously it's going to look to continue up to the top of the range or back down to the bottom. You never know. But that's why I don't really like those types of trades. Okay, there we go. So back when I started trading with ISW, so now you can see a little bit different, right? We've progressively gotten better for the most part, but I'm going to explain this section here in a second. But basically what happened is we started to become very consistent. But what's the other one? Trade management. Well, guess what happened? We look at where this started. March 1st, all the way to basically the beginning of May. So 2 months worth of work and then one trade gone, right? My win rate was 90%. All the way up through here. It was over 90. I think it was like 91%. And so if I just came in and I hit all of this from you and told you, hey, I got a 90% win rate, come buy my course, come join my chat room, you'd be like, hell yeah, he's got a 90% win rate. He's probably killing it. And guess what? Let's see the proof. Let's see the behind the scenes. Let's see that one day you didn't post a video, right? It's probably because it would have shown this. And it happens all the time with people that are it just happens to people that trade in general, especially gurus because they're trying to prove something. So we actually, after this loss, we took a whole month off. As you'll see down here, the whole month of June is missing and we paper traded. One, because this basically blew up our account. And secondly, because we just wanted to figure out how to not let this happen again. And as you can see, we were doing really well. We started coming back up, kind of hit a dry spot in the market for a little while, and then we started climbing again. And this is when we were like, okay, we got this thing figured out. And guess what? As you can see, this cliff isn't as big as this one, but it's still pretty big. This was like a $1,200 loss, and then this one was like a $700 loss. So granted, it wasn't as big, but at the same time, it really got into our head. Again, we were 90% win rate all through this. Even with these little losses here, that's only one loss, and then we'd have a bunch of small wins. And that's the thing. These big moves, these big lines going up, that's a lot of different trades to get to that point. It's not just like 1, 2, 3 trades. It's a lot of small trades. And then if you notice, the losers, they were bigger chunks. And as you can see, the losers we were taking in here, we were actually happy with. We were actually following our plan. And we were so happy we were following our plan that we let our emotions get the best of us in LYV when it happened, and this happened. And then I just completely messed with my emotions, completely was like, what's going on? I did it again. After all of this, I said that I was never going to do that again, and I did it again. So 2 trades, just 2 trades out of all of these winners with over 90% win rate, I ended up letting 2 trades take back most of my money. Just 2 out of hundreds of trades. And that's all it takes, right? You can just have, there's stories out there. There's stories of people that have a 90+% win rate, and all it takes is that one trade where they just blow up completely, give it all back plus whatever they started with. That's all it takes, just one trade. So that's what I'm trying to get at is do not listen to people that are just out there selling you a win rate. Do not, make sure there's proof. Do your due diligence. That's what I try to tell everybody. Do your due diligence. Make sure that what you're looking at is the truth, because in most cases, it's not. There's people that will start YouTube channels. They will use demo accounts and act as if it's real. It happens all the time. There's people out there right now. There's people that are on YouTube right now that I watch that I know are using a paper account and they're acting as if it's real money. But that's not my game. I don't go out there trying to out these people. I've never been that person, and I don't plan to be that person. I'm just doing my thing, staying in my lane, because all that's going to do is set me back, right? It's going to keep me from learning something that day, worrying about that. So that's what you have to do. You have to do your due diligence. You have to want this. You have to be passionate about it. You have to just absolutely want to kill the market day in and day out. You want to learn every single day. And that's what this was. This was me going through a really long phase of saying, well, apparently my 112, because from February 8th here all the way to LYV here, I was doing the 112 system, and it was working, right? Imagine if I would have followed my rules and this was only a $100, $200 loss. And same over here. We'd be like way up in here and we'd still be trucking along. But just 2 trades completely messed with my emotions. And this whole area here, all I did was try to figure out a new system to try to eliminate this from happening. So obviously I didn't find it. We just kind of kept trickling down and down and down. And then we finally said, you know what? We went back and looked at our stats. This is one of the huge benefits of having a journal, and saw, hey, this was working. And then we had one bad trade. And then it was working again. And then we had another bad trade. Just 2 trades that was making me think that there was something wrong with my system. But really, there was nothing wrong with my system. There was something wrong with me. I couldn't control my emotions and follow my risk management plan. So we finally realized that here on the 8th of May, right? So let's go. I shouldn't have hit that because now it's going to probably lag again. It's probably just because there's so many trades that it has to load. There we go. So May 8th of this year is when we finally said, you know what? We've realized that. We realized it was me. It was not the system. And now, as you can see, until we just had the loss yesterday, we've been kicking butt. Even on the ones that didn't work out completely, we realized that they weren't working out that great. And we're steady climbing, right? Steady climbing. We had that one big win on VRML, and then we ended up giving a little bit back. But look, this was a max loss. And you have to remember, too, we started off really small with the share size, and we started to scale up a little bit, and that's kind of what led to this. But we had a max loss, and look at the little divot that it made here, right? And now it's time to just try to continue on. Even if we had another max loss, we still wouldn't give all of this back. And that's the key, right? We have to keep on trucking. Let's go back to the dashboard. But what I'm getting at, if somebody shows you a 90+% win rate, ask them for their profit factor. That's the best thing. People are always like, profit factor doesn't matter. But guess what? I could have a 50% win rate and be doing 10 times better than somebody with a 94% win rate, because my profit factor would show that. Because if I'm making, say, 10 to 1 on every trade and I'm winning 50% of the time, that's impressive, right? That's super impressive. But if I'm winning 94% of the time and I'm only making 0.1 to 1 every single trade, that means out of every 10 trades, I would have to win 10 times before I lose once just to break even. That's no good, right? So we'll just use 9. So if I have a 94% win rate, that means out of 100 trades, I would have to win 94 of them if I'm only making that same percentage, right? To get 1 to 1. Where if I'm making 10 to 1 on every trade, I'm only 50%. Even if you're 20% making 10 to 1 on every trade, you're still going to be more profitable than somebody with a 94% win rate, right? So that kind of varies, Thomas, based on who you talk to, but a good win rate is, I would say, if you can be anywhere near 2, that's good. Granted, this is a little skewed. We just started this and we're on a little bit of a hot streak per se. So if you remember yesterday, it was like 137 because we only had that one loss before this. But even with the one max loss yesterday, we're still close to 4. But again, this is only over 33 trades. Ask me again when we're at 100 trades. And to me, that would be a little bit more of the correct profit factor. But obviously you want to be over 1 because that means you're profitable. But at the same time, you want to be 1.5 or higher. And if you can get the 2, that's even better. Over 2, you're starting to get really good. 3, you're doing really great. So again, you can have a high win percentage, but it doesn't always mean that you're a profitable trader. So do your due diligence. That's what this whole thing's about. Do your due diligence when you're looking into a guru or whatever it may be. Just send them a simple question. Be like, hey, can you show me your statements and prove what your profit factor is? How hard is that? It's not that hard. It shouldn't be that hard. But I can tell you right now, there's so many channels out there that won't do it. So many. All right. I kind of went off on a rant there. Sorry. That's me, 90% win rate in one bad trade where I broke all the rules and gave all the profits back plus more. And that's exactly why if you're here tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern PM, we're going to fix that. We're going to try to fix that. What is the different strategy you're doing today to something you used to do? Nothing. 112, it's the same strategy. The only thing that I'm doing different marketing is I'm being more strict. I'm taking everything I've learned since I've started trading and I'm applying it now more so than I was before. I'm making sure that I don't break rules. Yesterday I broke a rule. How many times, let's go back to SERV real quick and zoom in on a trade yesterday. So we got in this trade right here on this candle because it broke this previous resistance where this red line is. And that's not a trade I would normally take, right? We would look for this thing to extend up through that previous resistance, and we broke that rule. We didn't really let that happen. And then it went up and it consolidated here at this 35 area. You can see it tried 1, 2, 3, 4 times and then broke through. And we held on to our position. Why? That should have been a cut. That chart would have looked so good. It would have been a loser, but it would have looked so good. It would have been a $20 loser. Instead of, we let it go to our max loss of $100 because look at what it did. It just grinded away at us. So we still break rules, but if there's one rule that you cannot break is if you have a max loss, which you should always have a max loss, you cannot break that rule. You could break every other rule in the book, but if you get to that max loss, you cannot break that rule. That's the rule that will keep you around. That is your risk management in a nutshell. You have to not break that rule. That is number 1. No CLDX. I pulled it up, GDT. Not really my type of trade. I don't like trading at a range. I know it doesn't bother you, but I'm more of I like looking for, like if that same move here would have happened over the highs, I would have been game, but I don't like trading in the range. You're sorry, you just got turned on? That's okay, I do that to people. 112 in a video. McAwesome, if you pretty much go back, I probably should just make a video. It's the beard. I probably should just make a video. I never do. I've explained it a million times in like Friday night live streams and stuff like that, but I probably should just make a video. It would probably make more sense. That way I can just refer anybody to it. The tap dancing dog is really at it today. Yeah, VIXI is kind of the same thing as CLDX here, where it's kind of in a range. Oops, wrong VIXI. It's getting up there towards high day, though. I guess that means the SPY is not doing too hot Yeah, SPY's going low a day. Yeah, GDT, that's always the hard one. But you can kind of describe it. I've described it a million different ways. The best way to describe it to me is when the price is kind of moving up really fast, you're just kind of trying to feel that ceiling. You're trying to feel when you're climbing a ladder and you're just hitting the ceiling over and over again. That's what you're looking for the stock to do. Yes. I am almost done. How about 3 minutes? It's 10:42. I'm going to close down at 10:45. That's 3 minutes. Okay. No. How many minutes do I get? 1? No, I can't do 1. Look, now you're already down to 2.5. Go ahead, go in the kitchen. I'll be done in 2.5 minutes. Hi, Kim. What? You brought the lawnmower inside? There's no grass in here. Yeah, but how do you know? You don't know. I've found honesty is the best policy when it comes to that. And the more and more you learn about trading, the more and more I'll recommend. Finally, I don't recommend listening or reading Trading in the Zone if you're brand new to trading. But if you start to think like you're getting the hang of trading, that's when I'll recommend that you go read Trading in the Zone. Because the quicker that you can realize once you hit the button to get into a trade that you have absolutely no control over what that stock's going to do after you're in it, the better off you'll be, right? You're putting yourself in a position to try and win, right? You're giving yourself the best odds, the highest probability. That's what an edge is, right? You're trying to give yourself an edge over everybody else, and that's how you do it. But once you're in the trade, you can't control what it's going to do. How you manage that trade, how you risk manage that trade, that's what matters after you're in the trade. Yep, and that's and GDT's right. That's why you do 112, because you don't have to be right on that first attempt. Like VIXI actually, if I didn't know high of day from yesterday was up here, this would have been a good trade, right? We got previous resistance sitting here at 32 or 33. Nice push all the way up to 34, and you're looking for it to come back down and retest that resistance before deciding whether it wants to continue or not, right? That's textbook, not booked. But yeah, that's exactly what we look for, but I like to see it over those highs. I don't like seeing it in a range, but you are going to get these same moves in a range every once in a while. But with that said, I'm not going to be called a liar by my 4-year-old, so I'm going to get out of here. If you guys have any additional questions, you missed anything that you wanted to talk about, Friday night live stream tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. I will see you there. If I don't see you and you want to talk strategy on Saturday nights, this is going to be our first Saturday night strategy talk. Got to be high-level support, so if you want to join the channel and sponsor me, I'd appreciate that support as well. I'm going to get out of here. If I don't talk to you, have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday morning. Peace.